So hello everyone, welcome to our channel BISP Solution. So let's start our today's topic, today's session with the today's topic. So this is our today's agenda. We will start with the cover the transform work order, and at the end we will see the non-standard work order, right? So in our last sessions, we have already seen what is work order and what is the standard work order, how we will create the standard work order in our application. In our today's session, we will cover rest of the work order, that is rework work order, transform work order, and the non-standard work order, right? Now I'll start with the rework work order. So the rework work order is created in the manufacturing where a defective assembly from inventory is issued to that work order and the rework operation are executed on the shop floor. The component that's defective is removed from the assembly and replaced with a new component. For example, the defective battery of the mobile phone is replaced with a new battery and return it to the working condition. Then the rework assembly is completed in the inventory as a finished item, right? So we have the process flow of the rework order. You can see on the screen, right? So you can see the we have the defective assembly in our inventory and to be reworked in the shop floor, right? So we issue this inventory, this inventory to the rework work order. So while we creating the rework order, we create the rework work order. So at that time we assign the defective assembly. We issued the defective assembly to this rework work order. Defective assembly, we execute the rework work order operation, right? We execute this. Right? So we return this defective component and a material negative issue transaction we have to perform. One transaction we have to perform, that is material negative issue transaction, right? And again we have to perform the rework work order. We execute this rework order work order, and at that time we replace the component. We replace the component and will perform the material issue transaction. Again, this is the positive material issue transaction, right? And the rework work order completed in our inventory, and at the last our rework assembly is available as a finished code in our inventory organization. So this is the flow of the rework order. Start from the assigning this rework work order to our assigning this defective assembly to our rework work order. and we execute this rework work order, first we have to replace our component in our next rework work order execution. We have to remove, we return the defective component, and in the second operation we have to replace our component, and we'll perform the material issue transaction. And at the end, after completing this rework work order, we this the rework assembly is available is a finished code in our inventory, right? So let's perform this operation, and we will see the flow of this rework work order in our application. So let's move to our application. So this is our application, right? So go to the navigator, go to the supply chain execution. This is supply chain execution, and go to the work definition. We have the work definition. Click on this task list, and we have to go to the works execution. Click on this navigator, go to the supply chain execution, and click on this work execution. Click on this task list, and we have the task name is manage work order. Now we are going to create the work order. So click on this create drop down, and we have the option create standard work order, create non-standard work order, create rework. This is a mandatory field. So search for the item, right? Select the item, click OK. Right, and we are going to define quantity 1, right? And this is item description, status is unreleased, and let's define the description over here, that is rework work order. Right, and what is the supply sub inventory? We have to define the supply sub inventory. So we have to select store, and start date, completion date, you can define item, and the rework order. This is the work definition we already defined in our item structure. This is the rework work definition over here, right? You can change if you want to change over here, right? You have the option to change this work definition, right? But right now we will go with the this rework, already created this rework work definition. Now click on this save and edit. So we are on the, this is our work order number, right? You can see over here with this item name, right? General information you can see over here, and status is unreleased, and start date, completion date, right? This is product, work definition, right? And item structure, right? No issue. Click on this operation. So we have on the operation, you can see over here, we have the four type of operation, and we have already assigned some item to this operation, and this is our item S47 100 is our item, right? And this is next operation, tablet update, tablet testing, and tablet packing, right? No issue. So click on this item of this first operation, right? So this is our item and this is our battery. So we are going to replace our battery in our tablet. So this battery transaction, right? So material negative transaction we have to perform. You can see minus sign of this quantity, and the supply type we have, right? Store now, no issue, cancel out. And if you want to add some more operation in that in this uh, rework work order, you can add from clicking this add icon, right? You can add from here. So right now we'll go with the uh, four operation, no need to add more operation, right? Now let's go to the next operation, that is tablet update. So click on this item. So we are going to add new battery in this update operation, right? So this is our positive transaction, right? This is the material positive material transaction over here. You can see required date and everything we have already defined in this item, right? So cancel out, right? And this is automatically transact. This is testing operation is automatically transact, and whenever you perform these all the things, the packing operation will be performed, right? We have the resources in this packing, resources in this quality assurance QA tester in this tablet testing, have you the technician in this update, and the same is the resources technician in this operation first, right? So resources are also available and the items are available in this operation we have, right? So go to the journal information. First let's check the history. So there is no history available. No, there is no data of this history. It's not display over here. Now click on this journal information, right? So first we have to change the status from one release to release so that we can perform these tasks, right? So first we have to perform this save operation. So click on this save, right? Journal again. Now let's change from one release to release and save again. Right, now go to again operation. Now you can see the item is ready and the item is, so the task is completed. You can save and close this operation. So this is how you can create the rework work order, right? Right, now let's again move to our transform work order, right? So in our Oracle Fusion SCM manufacturing application, a finished good assembly can be transformed into a different assembly by removing or adding component, right? And also you can create the transform work order with and without specifying the transform work definition. A transform work order is created in manufacturing application where the assembly is to be transformed is issued from the Oracle Fusion Cloud inventory work order and the operations are executed on the shop floor, right? One and more component are removed from the assembly and they can be replaced with the new component and the assembly now gets transformed into the another item because of the changing in the component. For an example, we have the item tablet and the with the RAM of 32 GB and the item tablet with the RAM of 64 GB, right? First having the having the RAM 32 and the second one tablet having the uh, tablet RAM of 64, right? So we are going to remove this 32 GB from the tablet and replace it with the 64 GB, by which the assembly is upgraded to a higher version. Then the transform assembly is completed in the inventory as a fit. So you can see on the screen and the business flow of the diagram of the transform work order process flow. How an assembly in the inventory can transform into another assembly in the manufacturing shop floor. Then the first we execute the transform work order so that we return the component and perform the material negative issue transform, right? You can see on the picture the inventory, the item is available in the inventory and this item we are going to assign to transform work order, right? We have to issue this item to this transform work order and we have to execute the transform work order. First we have to uh, perform the return component, so that we have to perform the transaction material negative issue transaction. Again we have to perform the transform work order execution and we issue the component. We have to perform the positive material of issue transaction and same the transfer work order completed in the inventory and we upgraded and downgraded assembly in the available in the finished good in the inventory, right? So let's move on to the application and again you will see the work order and at that time we will see the transfer work order, right? So click on this we are on the manage work order in the works execution from the supply chain execution. Click on this create top down and click on this create transform work order. Click on show move. Now we have to define the item 200. Select the record, click OK, and it is our tablet with the 32 GB, right? You can see on the picture on the screen we have the uh, item, right? And the status is unreleased. And what is the description over here? And we have to define the transform work order demo. Right, and we have one more option. We have this mandatory field that is transform from item, from which item we are going to uh, transform the item, right? We have to define over here. So let's select search the item. that is SB 47 51. So we have the RAM 64 GB, right? So we have the tablet with the 32 GB, and we are going to replace this 32 GB from the 64 GB, right? This is our operation in the transform work order. We have the start date, completion date, right? And the work definition, either you can define or you can go with the without defining this work definition, right? So click on this save and close, sorry, save and edit. Sorry, we have to define the quantity, one quantity. We are going to define one quantity over here, 7 edit. So as per we are not defining any work definition, so we don't have any operation. We don't have any operation. You can define. So let's define the operation, and after that we have to define the item into the operation over here. So this is also one scenario whenever you define without going with the work definition. So let's define the operation. Click on this create icon and search by the code. Click on this drop down. So first we have the tablet tear down. This is our first object, right? And okay, right? In this way we can add the operation. Let's add one more. Now let's add the update, tablet update operation, that is tablet update. Now add one more. We have to test. So testing, this is tablet testing. What is the tablet? We are the tablet testing supplier. This is tablet testing. And now we have the last operation, packing, tablet packing. So we have to add the tablet packing. Where is the tablet packing? Yes, this is tablet packing. Right, no issue. And in the third one, that is tablet testing, we are not going to count the point. This we are right. So in this way, we can assign the operations to this work order, right? Because earlier we are not defining the work definition, right? So this is operation. Now let's define the item, this operation. So start from the item. So in the first we have to define our items. Click create. So we are going to define the item as a 47 as 47 51 200 is our 32 GB item. Select the tablet with the 32 GB. Okay. Right. And we have to assign a minus sign over here, right? So we have to define the minus sign. The quantity value can be negative if the work order type is rework or a transform, right? So I'm going to define the negative, right? Uh, Remove this 32 GB RAM from this tablet. So this is a minus transaction, material minus transaction, right? Now we have to define the save item in our next operation. What is the issue? I think we have to define the 64. We are going to take from the like we have to define our 64 GB item, right? So we have to define this as B 47 5 triple 10. Click OK. Right. So and let's define the item. And now let's add this 64 GB here. Right. Again OK. So this is our negative and this is our positive, right? And we have the, let's check one thing, that is our push, no issue. See, the item is not assigned right now. This is 0. So first we have to assign. So what we will do to assign the item, right? So in the history, we don't have any history. Again, go to the operation. So first, and you can check the general information. The item is 0, unreleased. So click on this save. Go to operation. Item is assigned. Again, go to the general information. Status change to the release. Right. And again, go to the save. Now you can see the operation is ready, right? And you can also see the history of this. Now status from unreleased to release with the user SCM MPL, right? Now our item is ready with the 64 GB. You can click on this and you can the item, right? Now click on save and close. So this is how you can create the transform work order, right, in our manufacturing. application, right? No issue. Now we have the last one, non-standard work order, right? So what is non-standard work order? Non-standard work order are used to initiate rework, repair, prototype work and other non-regular production activities, right? Non-regular production activities. It is a type of work order and you can create with or without a work definition. If order definition is preferred, the behavior is the same that of the standard work order, and the non-standard work order is created in unreleased or unhold status. If the work definition is not specified, right? If the work definition is not specified, the work non-standard work order is created is in unreleased or hold status, right? And in the next step you can add the operation, you can add the component, you can add the resources for this operation, right? And after an operation you added work order and the work order can be released, right? At the end you can release this work order, right? So if your work order is not specified, the app can update the work order. You can add the operation resource item, right? But at least one operation must be added to release the work order. We will see all the things, right? And if the work order is specified, sorry, if the work definition is specified, the behavior of this non-standard work order is similar to the standard work order, right? This is the difference between the standard work order and the non-standard work order, right? So let's create one non-standard work order, right? So this is our application and we are on the manage work order in the work execution of the supply chain execution, right? So click on this create and go to the second one, create non-standard work order, right? Let's search the item. The item is 4751200. Select the item. Yes, you can see the work definition is not defined for this operation, right? Quantity you can define like one quantity, status is unreleased, and this is our non standard work order demo, right? Same, the start date is not the mandatory but is page, and completion date, right? Now let's go with the without any work definition, right? So click on save and edit, right? So this is general information of this work order, and there's no information, I think there's no information as work definition, right? No any work definition. Same as the item structure, don't have any item structure, right? And the same, we don't have any operations over here, no history, So let's check. uh, First we have to save it. So changes save. Let's release. Click on release without any operation. So at least one operation is required on the work order at status is released, right? So we have to uh, define the operation, right? We have to define one operation to change the status from unreleased to release, right? Now let's go to on hold. Say click on hold, right? Now you can go with the on hold without any operation. Click on save. Yes, the changes are saved, right? Save and close. So 1057. So 1057 is our on hold. Again, click on this, right? Click on this non-standard work order, right? And we don't have any work definition. So whenever you define the work definition, it's treated like as a standard worker definition. So go to the operation, click on this add, and let's add one operation. So go with the tablet tearing down and click OK, right? So one operation is added, no issue. Go to the general information and let's click on the status to release. Click on this release. You must save the changes. Sorry, you have to right now. Go to the status from on hold to release. Click on release. Right now you can release our non-standard work order because we don't have any work definition, right? So we right. So status is uh, released. So in today's session, transform work order, and then we have seen the non-standard work order, right? So we wind up our today's session, right? So thanks for attending this session. Thank you so much.